Guys, this video is going to be about possibly the best game ever in the past century that is currently in development, called Elden Ring. Who the fuck is that? Watch yourself. So most of you guys watching this video are probably familiar with From Software games, whether you've played the Souls series, Bloodborne, Sekiro, however people say it, and you guys know that this company knows how to deliver a high quality product. So if you're a fan of those games, there's no reason that you should not be hyped beyond hype for this game called Elden Ring that is rumored to release in 2020. So in this video, we're going to talk about what we know, what is kind of confirmed from the company itself, and at the end, we'll talk about a couple quick leaks that might have gotten out that are kind of interesting and might be true, might not be, but it's kind of cool to think about. So the first thing that we already know is that George R.R. Martin plays a part in this game. It's kind of what helped get this game so hyped up when they first released their first trailer. We all know George R.R. Martin from the Game of Thrones series. He is an outstanding author, and he is going down in history as one of the greatest of all time, I am sure. Knowing that he plays a part in a video game is amazing. How could you not be excited for this unless you completely hate Game of Thrones? Even if you hate Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin is an incredible author and he has a great imagination. And to put this into a video game with a company like From Software that so much of us just love. From Software really hasn't done anything ever wrong, in my opinion, for the products that I have bought. It's just truly amazing and really exciting. So George R.R. Martin wrote the mythos for this game. And what that kind of means is he kind of wrote the foundation, the background lore that everything is going to be built upon. From Software is still going to play a part in the creation of the story, which is fine because they've done great in all their past games. They have a great imagination themselves. But like I said, George R.R. Martin is the foundation that everything is going to be built upon. And the foundation of a game is very important. And who else better to have in a dark medieval type game than George R.R. Martin? So the second thing that we know that is really exciting is the fact that they keep saying that this game is open world. Now, the old Souls games and Bloodborne and Sekiro, they do have a lot of open world elements to them. Open world can kind of be defined in many different ways. But for the most part, those games, the world is big, but you have to kind of follow a linear path to progress into the next area, etc. So what they're hinting at with this game is it might be more open, meaning you can probably explore and see new bosses without following a linear progression all the time. This is different, but it's exciting because it's going to be nice to get a different feel from a Souls game because they all have felt the same in terms of open worldness for the past however many years. And who doesn't want to step into a From Software game and just have the world at their hands? Like, that is really exciting, and it really adds a lot of immersiveness into the game. Immersion, I don't know how to say that, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm thinking there's going to be less barriers in the world, and you might be able to go out of order with the bosses, or maybe there's no really general order that you really have to follow for most of the game. And that's kind of cool. I think it'll work out well. From Software also keeps saying that there's going to be more RPG elements to this game. Now what that means, I'm not really sure. So RPG elements could mean many different things, just like saying a game is open world. But I'm guessing what we can expect maybe is to have more character creation, more customization. Like in Sekiro, your character was not really that unique compared to maybe your friend who was playing the game. In Elden Ring, I'm thinking you might be able to make a bunch of different builds, and your character can be vastly different from your friends that are playing the game, which ultimately leads to you playing the game a different way, which leads to replayability, because now you can play the game a different way on your second time. It's really exciting to think about being more invested in your character in one of these games. We also know that this is From Software's largest production in terms of sheer volume that they have ever done. I mean, how can you not get excited hearing this? So it means obviously that the game is going to be bigger than the other games, whether in terms of the world being larger or more bosses, whatever. It's going to be bigger overall, so I'm really excited, and I think we're going to have a lot of content to dig into. So development for Elden Ring began when the DLC for Dark Souls 3 development concluded. So this game has been in development for over 2.5 years now, and by the time it releases, probably 3. That's a good amount of time for From Software to make a solid game. They have proven to be successful with time frames like that in the past. We also know there's going to be a wide variety of weapons and magic. Yes, magic. That is kind of different for a From Software game. I know there was a little bit of magic in some of the Souls games and a little bit in Bloodborne, but for the most part, it was more weapon-based. So maybe we're going to get some more mage-type builds in this game. That's really exciting. What can From Software do with magic? I don't know, but I want to find out. The wide variety of weapons is nice to hear. Sekiro, you didn't really have a wide variety. In the Souls series, it seemed like there was a decent variety that you could choose from. Maybe it's going to be a bigger pool in this game, which is exciting because, once again, more replayability, more people are going to have different experiences playing this game, and you're going to have a lot more choices in terms of how you want to slay these bosses. It makes me wonder if it's going to be like Bloodborne was, where you put certain points into certain weapons, and your other weapons are less powerful until you upgrade them as well, or maybe all the weapons in Elden Ring are going to be powerful, and it's your choice to choose which one suits which boss fight. So in terms of the game's lore and story, we know that Elden Ring is the name given to a mysterious concept that defines the world itself. So this ring that the blacksmith is shattering and smashing is obviously of great importance. Considering that Elden Ring is the name of the game, it's pretty obvious that this is going to be the central concept of what everything revolves around. In the trailer, it seems like he might be shattering it into more rings, possibly. And it seems like many things are connected to the ring, considering that people's bodies in the trailer start to shatter and break as the ring is hit. You notice when the blacksmith hits the ring, his body starts to break apart a little bit more, meaning everything seems to be connected somehow. In the trailer, we see a lot of Norse and Celtic mythology references. The helmets that they wear with the two angel wings, that is all a common theme to be seen when you're looking into Norse mythology. And the blacksmith himself obviously just looks like a badass Viking with his long dreaded hair and his shirt off. You also might notice that the woman in the trailer who has the broken arm or the disconnected arm that she puts it back on, her hair is a crimson red. Now at the end of the trailer, the big ass dude that you see, he also has crimson red hair. So maybe this tells us that there's certain factions, or maybe there's a bloodline that this game revolves around. I'm not really sure. So overall, it looks like we are getting a Dark Souls type lore, meaning a dark medieval fantasy, but at the same time, they're adding more Norse mythology elements, kind of a Vikingish feel. If you're not excited about that, get the hell off my channel. This is super exciting. Dark Souls was like dark medieval fantasy, Bloodborne was gothic, Sekiro's like this ancient Asian mythological culture that we got to experience. And now we're going back to Dark Souls with an added George R.R. Martin touch of Norse mythology, or so we think. Alright guys, so now to end the video, we're going to quickly talk about some leaks that have come out in the past couple months. Some of these leaks have come from kind of reputable sources, so it's worth talking about, but we're not going to get too detailed into it. So the first thing that's been leaked is that the combat is a mix between Souls and Sekiro. So Souls was obviously the combat that we all know, because most of us came to like From Software from the Souls series. Sekiro was more of a combo-based, jumpy around type combat system with certain skills according to which equipment you're using. So we might be possibly mixing the Sekiro system with the Dark Souls system. That's pretty interesting to think about, and I hope they really do it right. But I mean, guys, come on, they always do everything right in their games, so I'm not complaining. It's also been rumored that there will be skill trees with separate paths. Once again, this will add to the replayability of the game and just add to the overall interest in the game, because everybody is different when they play games. Everybody prefers different things, and this is going to just allow you to be who you want to be in the game, which is awesome. I'm going to go over some specific skills that have been mentioned that kind of give away what the game might be like. Obviously, these are just leaks, but they're kind of cool to talk about, and there's some interesting terms that are thrown in here. The specific skills mentioned are crouch, swim, dive, power stance, dash, crafting herbs, magic, dual wielding, parry, deflect, climb, hiding in environments, faith, drain, roll, super armor, high jump awareness, and knowledge. So many of those skills we have seen in the previous Souls games, but some of them are kind of interesting and new and make you wonder what this game will be like. Also, in terms of bosses, it has been leaked that certain bosses might give you certain powers, and in turn, when using these powers, your arm will start to burn. Now that brings us up to an important topic, is the arm. We see in the trailer the lady who has the disconnected arm. What the hell does that mean? So it's kind of been rumored that possibly we might be putting arms on our character in this game. Sounds kind of weird, but I'm sure From Software could find a way to make it really relevant to the game and not be stupid. You can kind of think of Sekiro and the prosthetic arm that you get in that game. Maybe your arm is going to have certain skills associated with it. And also about this arm business, it has been rumored that certain enemies might drop arms that you might be able to use on your character. Not really sure what that means. Interesting though. The last quick thing we're going to talk about is it has been said that stealth kills might recover your character from burns. So it seems like burns in this game are going to play a big part. We do see a lot of fire in the trailer. Maybe your character is burning all the time, or maybe certain items or certain attacks make your character burn and you have to slow the burn down. Not really sure. It's going to be an interesting concept for sure. So guys, that's it. Not really a ton of new information here. We're not getting much on the game. I think From Software is trying to keep it on the low, and then when they do have something for us, it is really just going to be super exciting and just make everybody talk about it for many months to come until it releases. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be covering this game when it comes out. I have a lot of different types of videos on this channel, so make sure you check it out. I do comedy videos, game reviews, guides, etc. I'll put a link to my Death Stranding real-life gameplay video directly below in the description. Without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you on the next one.